concert this is going to be. Everything they do, they screw up. They cannot do anything.
Well, that didn't take long. Which one of you guys guessed 2 days for this vanity concert to completely fall apart? I just didn't expect this many openly MAGA musicians to jump ship so fast. Probably because the rats know what's gonna happen now that the Trump Titanic has hit the ratings iceberg.
This is a big concert in Washington on July 4th to celebrate our 250 years, and what a lineup they have. This is like Coachella for bands that hired their cousin as their tour manager. The listed performers include pop duo Milli Vanilli, one of whom is dead, pop duo CNC Music Factory, another of whom is dead, Morris Day and the Time, minus lead singer Morris Day, and minus the Time. They refused to be part of the event. Young MC, minus Young MC, who also refused to be part of the event. And the Commodores, minus the original singers from the Commodores, and minus the new singers from the Commodores, who backed out today, too. But don't worry, Bret Michaels, Flo Rida, Vanilla Ice, and the guy from the Cracker Barrel logo, Tootin' on the Jug, are in. So far. We'll check back on that tomorrow to see if they're still in. What a mess.
It's more than a mess. It's a nightmare for Trump. Even his besties are quitting on him. And there is nothing that a diva hates more than when no one shows up for their birthday. Kimmel's right to have to check back in on his list of bailed musicians because it got even worse for Trump. Bret Michaels, who was a shoo-in for MAGA, unfortunately disappointed them this morning when he said that he was out. He claims that it is because of concerns about safety and that the event ended up being more divisive than he thought it would be. What kind of moron thinks that a celebration centered around this oaf wouldn't be divisive?
Nobody has done more for the black community than Donald Trump.
We did more for the Hispanic community than any administration.
Nobody ever did more for Americans who love Cuba.
Trump is so toxic, even musicians who are known for being insane, like CNC Factory, even they're quitting. Well, just one of them now. He claims it's because he hates white folks, including MAGA, but also hates us for calling him out? I don't know. You tell me if you can make sense of this in the comments, and hit subscribe while you're down there.
CNC Music Factory, I don't know what's going on with that, but their lead singer, Freedom Williams, is mad about the fact that people are mad at him about this.
You keep pushing me, I'll do the motherfucking show in North Korea, pissing on the American flag, smoking a Cuban cigar, drinking Venezuelan wine, playing golf with motherfucking Kim Il-jung with an Iranian bitch on my lap, while Trump's standing there with his in his hand. That's how much of a I give what you think. I'm sitting on the toilet taking the
Is that dope enough? Indeed. I feel like hearing from him only once every 35 years isn't enough.
Like, he's actually insane, right? He's mad at liberal white people for calling him out, but at the same time, he's willing to work with and for Trump just for some money. Plus, he has wacky and genuinely dangerous opinions like this.
Half you niggas done took the vaccine. Half of you niggas is gonna die any motherfucking way because you got poison in your arm. Worry about that shit, nigga. Worry about the air you breathing and the food you eating, and not worrying about what show a nigga is doing to feed his family while you bum-ass niggas deliver pizza.
All of the other more sensible musicians have already left the scene a long time ago. Some of them are trying to even save face now, pretending like they had no idea what they were signing up for, as if this sort of whining was going to get you out of it. Young MC the rapper wrote on a Facebook post in all caps, "I have informed my agents that I will not be performing at the Freedom 250 event. The artists were never told about any political involvement." Yeah, I don't believe that. He's claiming that they were never told that this was a MAGA event, which, to be fair, even the organizers are claiming that, oh, hey, we're not political. But how someone could organize a lineup around Trump's every whim surrounding his personal deranged base and say that they're not political is just, it's beyond me. In reality, they're running because who in their right minds would want to be associated with anyone as unpopular as this?
I was literally about to ask you if that was a typo.
No, that is not a typo. Me and my crack crew spend many hours on those slides, and we can tell you that is not a typo. That is a 56-point move against the President of the United States among young men who helped put him over the election, and now he is very much struggling with them.
The answer is no one. MAGA is absolutely in free fall. At this point, it's a black hole for psychos, sucking in whatever freaks happen to get too close. Everyone else is standing to the side, shocked at these horrible numbers. The swing is stark. 54% of white voters without a college degree disapprove of Trump's performance in a CBS poll, which is basically MAGA media at this point. So the Republicans are headed straight for disaster in the midterms, with historically low numbers, and show no sign of changing course or strategy at all. It's almost as if they don't even have the brain cells to stop themselves. According to this data, all Trump is doing is motivating people to turn out in November against him.
Because we are now precisely 159 days from the midterm elections, assuming you know who lets us have midterm elections. We have a primary here in California on Tuesday. There are a handful of primaries happening around the country on Tuesday. Some have happened already. They will determine who will face who in the midterms. According to a new poll, 57% of Americans say they definitely will vote in November, which is that good news or bad, 57%? I can't imagine being in the 43% who might not or won't vote, but historically, 57 is good. It's very good. The average turnout for the midterms is around 40%. Now, that same poll from the Economist YouGov is bad news for Donald Trump. Trump's approval numbers, like his testicles, have sunk to an all-time low. They are lower than they have ever been. He is now down to 34%. He has the same approval rating as Paul Blart Mall Cop. The Blart of the deal. Not only is Trump at his lowest point, he's also 2 points behind J.D. Vance. I don't have a joke for that. I just want to make sure he knows he's 2 points behind J.D. Vance. Honestly, the only demographic Trump is still polling well in right now is white guys named Rufus. He's killing in that. So when asked about the numbers, usually they will deflect this kind of thing, but a White House spokesperson said the ultimate poll was November 5th, 2024, when nearly 80 million Americans overwhelmingly elected President Trump to deliver on his popular and common sense agenda. Okay, yeah, but now it's May of 2026 and everybody hates him. So
Trump has a better chance of squeezing into skinny jeans than he does winning the Republicans the midterms. This is U.S. Democratic Socialists. I'm Tony Hinderman, and I'll catch you next time.